All right, welcome to day 3 of your Move Your Body Challenge. I've got a dog party happening, so we'll see how it works out over the next 20 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Today's mantra is, I am right on time. And so one of the things I hear in my own head a lot is, oh my gosh, I'm behind. And so this is gonna be a practice of using your own breath to stay with it, stay with your pace. Your pace is gonna be different than my pace. Your lung capacity, your body, your anatomy is all very different. So showing up and just making it yours, whatever that looks like. That is what I'm gonna encourage you to do today. And we're gonna start this practice just in the seat at the back of your mat. So you can start to make your way there. Find your sit bones rooted down, so your true bones. Move the fleshy part of your bottom aside, and then close down your eyes. We're gonna start with some breath. Nice long inhale through your nose. Start to fill up and notice that breath traveling in your body, in your lower belly, into your rib cage, into your heart space. And then an exhale breath to let that go out of your mouth. Shoulder blades relax down your back. And a couple more just like that. Nice long inhales fill you up. Exhales breath, let you go. One more together, big inhale. And a nice long exhale. All right, and then we're gonna start to just make our way onto our backs. So you can take up some space on your mat, come on down to your back, and find a big good morning stretch. So reach your arms up and overhead. Hopefully you don't have any, dogs or objects in your way, but if you do, you can move them aside or pet them or whatever you like. Find your low back off of your mat, so a little arch of your spine, just letting go of all that tension. And then right toes are gonna go up towards the sky. So now if you land here and right away your low back is kind of doing this number, rising off the mat, just stamp your left foot down on the mat. So it's gonna automatically flip your sacrum and your tailbone up. That will give you a little bit more support here. And then we'll just roll out that right ankle, crack the toes. Eventually crossing left ankle over your right knee. So we're finding a figure 4 stretch. Right toes can stay flexed. And we're so early in this practice, so sometimes I like to just take a couple of windshield wipers with the knees, right and left. So the knees just come off towards the left side and then off towards the right. Bring it all back to center and then interlace your hands over your left knee. Hug that knee in towards your chest. Feel the stretch in your right glute, your right hamstring. Sticking with that breath, so throughout your practice today, see if you can make the breath the primary driver of your practice. The movement is always, always secondary. If you are breathing, you are doing yoga. You can go ahead and let that leg go. So left foot comes back to your mat. You can unravel the legs. And then left toes up towards the sky. Roll out that left ankle, crack those toes. And then left ankle crosses over your right knee. Now either staying here, just finding that little side to side sway motion in the hips. Always such a good release in the lower part of the spine, so lumbar spine. Bring it back to neutral and then hug your right knee in towards your chest. Just interlace your hands through that little window, through that little pocket. Take a couple of long breaths. Good, use your exhale to let that go. Unravel your legs. Send your toes up towards the sky, so both feet this time. One last little hamstring stretch. Roll out those ankles. Last minute to check in with the toes, the hamstrings, and the calves. And then start to rock and roll, full length of your spine. So it's a couple of rocks at least, up and down length of your mat. Starting to activate the core already to get yourself up to a seat. And then when you find yourself there, I'm going to just take a couple of rounds of seated cat-cows. So inhale breath, you'll take your belly forward, chest forward, tip the tailbone, arch the spine. Exhale to round, press into your knees. So palms press into the knees, spread the shoulder blades apart, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale breath, bring it forward, bring it through. Exhale breath to push back. Make that space between the shoulder blades. Don't sell yourself short. Inhale, bring it back to center, and then we're going to take that same thing but just over towards the right. So inhale, you bring it forward, you bring it through. Exhale, start to shift your spine over towards the right. You round the back on the way through and then over to the left. You can get your head, neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists, everything involved here if you like. And this is one of those kind of movements where it's most important to notice how it feels. So I'm going to recommend closing down your eyes. It does not matter how you look in this movement. It just matters that you're loosening up your spine. You can take it in the opposite direction over towards the left. Nice big circles. Keeping sit bones rooted down entire time here. So we have a little bit of grounding sensation and then some lifting through the crown of your head and that opposite push-pull movement. Inhale to bring it back to center, grow tall. Exhale to let your shoulder blades just relax down your back. Take your hands to your heart and seal in your intention that you will take your sweet time throughout your day today, throughout your practice. You can start to rock over the knees, make your way into a tabletop. We'll take a moment here to really set yourself up for success. The knees are underneath the hips. The wrists are underneath your shoulders. Take your right foot back to the back of your mat, and we're just finding a calf stretch. So just a little forward and back. So you're on your back toes, your right toes. You're pressing into those toes to stretch out the calf, pressing into your palms. And just a couple of rounds like that, forward and then back. And then just switch it out. Left toes go back. Rock forward, rock back. We're already starting to bring some weight and bringing some awareness into the fingertips, into your palms. So see if you can make that connection point. The fingertips claw into your mat. Full surface area of the palm is pressing in. Left knee meets your right. And then crawl your hands towards the front of your mat. So just a little bit more space than a tabletop, right? Tabletop, we're here, we are stacked. If we're heading to a down dog, we already want to set ourselves up. So crawl your hands forward, spread your fingertips so wide, and take up space on your mat. So even if you don't have a physical mat and you're just on the ground, it's a little bit wider than your regular shoulder stance, right? So a little bit wider, fingertips wide. Tuck your toes, shift your hips back so that you find a little toe stretch. Press into your palms to lift your hips up high. Find your down dog. Take a moment to pedal it out. Bend one knee and then the other knee. And I'm always going to tell you, every single time we find ourselves here, if you want to take pressure out of your wrist, you take your feet wide and you walk them towards your hands. Notice how right away it takes out that pressure, and you might need to bend your knees a lot there. It is a little bit more on the hamstrings, so you may need to add a bend into the knees. Now your tailbone is going to flip up, and it's just so much more sustainable to stay that way if you're really struggling in a down dog. Inhale to send your right toes up towards the sky. Find a three-legged dog. Take a moment to open up that hip. Take some big circles with your right knee. Press evenly in right and left palm. So notice if you're dipping, if you're spilling in either one direction. Exhale, step your right foot up between your hands at the top of your mat. Now squeeze your inner thighs before we start to drop down. Squeeze into those thighs. Lift your front toes. So all 5 toes. We only have 5 toes on the front, I think. All 5 toes lift and then slowly lower down that back knee. Squeeze those thighs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale to rise. Find high crescent lunge. Your hands come over the head, biceps over the ears, and then we'll catch opposite elbows. Grow 1 inch taller from those elbows and then pour it over just tiny bit towards the right. You'll feel a left side body stretch here. And just kind of noticing How much sensation, like we don't have to go so far to feel so much. So just find that range for yourself. Inhale to bring it back to center. Exhale, fingertips come to your mat and then pull your hips back. Find half splits, right toes towards the face. We're bending in that right knee. And then we're gonna start to move with the breath. And this is where you stay with you, not with me, with your own breath. Inhale to bend into your front knee. Bring your chest forward and through. So all the way up, fingertips reach high. Hey, Otto. Exhale to shift your hips way back. Find half splits. Flex the right toes towards your face. Inhale, bring it forward and through. Arms go overhead. Exhale, push it back. Find half splits. Right toes towards your face. Y'all can't tell me that distractions don't exist in your home practice, okay? I'm getting a nice lick on my feet. Otto, go on, boy. Inhale, bring it forward and through. Find your low lunge. Tuck your back toes and then lift your back knee. Your left foot meets your right at the top of your mat. Round down and find a forward fold. Chin comes to your chest, my friends. Bend those knees a whole lot. Catch opposite elbows and start to sway a little side to side. Let go of your head and your neck. Shake your head no and then shake your head yes. Good. One more sigh out of the mouth, just for good measure. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, let it go. Fingertips come to your mat. Inhale, we're coming on up halfway. Lift hands to your shins. Pull your shoulder blades back. Reach through the crown of your head. Exhale, round down, fold. Bend the knees, tuck your chin to your chest. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Feel the sensation of the spine lengthening out. Exhale, bend the knees, tuck your chin to your chest, find your fold. Last one here. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to those shins. Exhale, fingertips find your mat. Now heel toe, toes out, heels in. Again, we're taking up some space here. Use an exhale to drop your bottom down. We're finding yogi squat towards the front of your mat. And sometimes when I first land here, it can feel good to just rock a little side to side. So you can swivel into your hips. It is a good thing you are cute, my friends. Can you sit? Good. Rock a little side to side in those legs. And then we're gonna just go a couple of rounds like this. So just kind of swiveling out the hips. As you inhale, reach your fingertips up. As you exhale, turn your toes forward, straighten out your legs. So you're pivoting on your heels. You're lifting the toes, pivoting on the heels. Toes land. Tuck your chin to your chest. Stay with that movement in your ankles. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring hands to shins. Exhale, fingertips to your mat, toes out, heels in. Drop your bottom down. Take an inhale breath to reach your fingertips high. Exhale, hands come to your mat. Turn those toes forward. Straighten it all out. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands up to your shins, long spine. Exhale, fold. Tuck your chin to your chest. And now we're going to take it all the way up just to wash it out. Inhale, root to rise. Both arms up and overhead. Palms come together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a moment here in your mountain. Feel strong. Feel your feet pressing down on your mat. One last reminder to stay at your own pace. Do not let my voice be the thing that guides you out of your body, out of your own breath. Inhale, send your fingertips back up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Take it all the way down into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back. We're finding a high plank, not for long. So right foot steps back. Press into your palms to get your left foot back. You gotta hug lower belly in. Send your heels back, lower belly to your spine. Press into your palms, puff up your shoulder blades. Exhale slowly all the way down to your belly. Flip the toes so you can let them go. Press into your palms and rise up, baby cobra. Lift through the crown of your head. Pull your shoulders back, elbows hugging in. Glutes relax. Exhale, forehead to your mat. Inhale, press up and through, find a tabletop. And then you already know where I'm gonna take you. So fingertips go wide, toes tuck behind you, spread those palms. Hips lift high and back, find down dog. Inhale, left toes high, three-legged dog. Take a moment to open it up. So we're just taking big circles with that left knee. Tendency here is to, I see this all the time, people just kind of winging your leg around. So really like slow it down, press into your palms. Inhale to straighten it out, flex those toes. Exhale, step left foot between your hands at the top of your mat. Squeeze your thighs, lift your front toes so all 5 toes are lifted here. You're on the ball of your front foot. Slowly lower down that back knee, squeeze your thighs. Inhale to rise up. Biceps over your ears, reach through your fingertips. Catch opposite elbows, opposite grip. So whatever feels a little funky. And then pour it over towards the left. Find a right side body stretch. Keep the chest open. Inhale, bring it back to center. Reach through your fingertips. Exhale, shift back. Find half splits. Left toes towards your face-ish. So we keep pulling the right hip back, the left hip forward. Kind of play around with that. Shift the hips, see where neutral is, see where middle ground is. And then we're gonna rock through a couple of times. So as you inhale, you bend that front knee, bring it forward. You sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands come to your mat, pull your hips back. Left toes towards your face. 2 more like that. Inhale, bring it forward, rise up tall, hands overhead. Exhale, fingertips to your mat, pull it on back. Long, long spine here. Inhale, bring it forward and through. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then crawl your fingertips towards the long edge of your mat. So again, it's a pivot on the heels. We pivot, we lift the front toes so that it's easy to turn towards the side. And then you find yourself in your fold. Check in right away with your toes. Your big toes should be pointing inwards just a little bit. Will protect your knees over time. Bend into your knees so we soften and then round it down. Your version of a fold, I'm going to recommend down dog arms. So crawl your fingertips forward and then sink your hips way back. I like to imagine like a bar out in front of me and I'm holding onto that bar and then someone's back behind me pulling my hips back. So see if you can create that sensation for yourself, the decompression of your spine. Good. Last breath here. Start to crawl those hands back underneath your shoulders. And then make your way. Again, we're lifting in the toes to find the pivot. So the toes lift either side. You're cruising on your heels. Find your low lunge. And then right foot bumps up, meets your left. Find a forward fold. Round your spine. On down. And then we're just coming down slow. So find your tippy toes, lift your heels up high, and then slowly come on down. Your hips, your bottom drops towards your heels. And now we've got one last little balance here. You can stay right here on your tippy toes. You can use your fingertips here. As long as you are experiencing some wobbles, I'm good with wherever you are. But we do want you to experience the wobbles. It's building stability in your ankles. It's building balance. So if you'd like to try a little bit more, you can hook your right elbow over that right knee. And then if that's feeling good, then the left elbow hooks over that left knee. And then maybe you tuck your chin to your chest. Bring some curiosity and play in here. If you fall, don't take it too seriously. Falling is a part of it. You can slowly let that go. Your bottom just finds your mat. And then scoot your bottom back. Soles of your feet come together. Knees go wide. And we'll close out our practice here. You can take your hands face up onto the knees. Sit up tall on your spine. Roll your shoulder blades back. Find a couple of rounds, grounding breath. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. We're going to breathe in for 4. Through your nose, fill up. Out for 6, out of your mouth. 2 more there. Inhale. Exhale for 6. 1 more. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Bringing your hands together, thumbs to third eye. A moment of gratitude, appreciation, and compassion for yourself. And for everyone near and far that we get to share this practice with. You're more than welcome to stay here on your mat for as long as you like. Otherwise, thanks for showing up today. You'll see April tomorrow for day 4 of the challenge. Make sure you make your way over to her page, Yoga with April, or follow us on Rooted Renewal Wellness Retreats.